Hey there guys, and welcome to another Factorio Mod Spotlight. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me again. And today we are spotlighting a new part, I should say, of the Renai transportation mod. Now this is actually the third time I've done a spotlight for this mod, and the reason being is because the developer of this mod keeps adding some fantastic and hilarious features to the mod, and I do want to keep you updated on those because it's just really great stuff. So the first one I did covered the most basic stuff, the mod had quite a while ago. The second spotlight I did not too long ago covered the jumping, bouncing trains feature in the mod that was recently added at that point, as well as some new things for throwing inserters. I'm not really going to explain any of that here because it's quite quite an extensive subject. Both those things are explained in my previous spotlight, so definitely worth checking that out. This spotlight, however, covers the new feature of ziplining on your power lines. And oh man, this is exactly what you might imagine it to be. Along with being able to throw items through the air with inserters and bounce them off bounce pads, and then have trains launch off ramps and bounce on bounce pads, you can now zipline on your power lines. And this is done via these two items here. We have the electric zipline trolley, which is fairly cheap. And then you have the electric zipline controller. So you take this and you put this in a weapon slot, and then in the ammo slot for this, you put the electric zipline controller. And this does take power. This takes 450 kilowatts of power, which is exactly one steam engine worth of, half a steam engine worth of power. They produce 900 kilowatts. So that's the two items you need for this. And then, what you do, actually really quickly here, let me just make it day mode. I thought I did that, but there we go. And then what you do is you go up to a power pole and you hit, the default hotkey for this is F. So if we go here, interact is F. You can set this to whatever you would like to, but we'll hit F. So you go up to a power pole, you have these equipped and selected, and then you hit F on a power pole, and you hop onto it. And then you start controlling it just based on your normal walking controls. So in this case, if I hit D, I'm going to go to the right. If I hit A, I'm going to turn around and go this way. And one thing to note is you are going to have to turn with your movement keys at turns. So if this were just a straight line, you could just hold the one directional key that corresponds with that and go. However, I'm holding D, but since we kind of had a change of direction here, I now need to hold W to kind of go this way, and then hold D here through here, and then I can just hold D all the way. And this works on all power lines. It allows you to go across anything a power line can traverse, and then if there's a dead end here, it'll just bump you right off of it there. So, if you have, say, large power poles like this running down your main train line, and maybe you just don't want to mess with a train, maybe you don't have one on you, you don't want to bother driving to an outpost, and you use this mod, well, you can just hop on here and you can just zip line your way down, and it's pretty speedy, certainly faster than you can walk unless you are full of exoskeletons here. And you just use the walking keys to correspond to the direction. And then of course, like if I wanted to go to the steam engines, I would, change direction, and then it just hops me off. So you can do this within your factory. You can do this down your main bus, down train lines, wherever there's power poles, you can do it. I did it with medium and large just because they have the extra distance, but you most certainly can do it on small power poles as well. No problem. Get some, I think I started a bit of a odd place there because there we go. I had to back up a little. So there we go. It can be a little wonky when there's like a three-way curve like this, but that is as simple as it gets. Just these two items, which are in your military tab. I'm not sure if there's a research. Okay, there is a research. It's very cheap, all things considered. 100 red packs can get it very early on. Unlocks both these. In terms of mod settings, there's a bunch of settings for the mod, but zipline specific under player. You can do motion follows trolley, which means whether camera motion on zipline should follow the curve of the wire or stay level. Camera motion, so I guess we could change this and see. I'm not entirely sure what this actually does, but we're about to find out. So this is like bouncing. I'm pretty sure it wasn't doing this before, which makes me a little bit dizzy, to be honest. And then you can just hit F to dismount as well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back to this. That's just normal stuff. And then there's this zipline thing, enable them. So it's enabled by default. You can turn them off. You can turn off each individual type of thing in the mod. And there you go, guys. So that is the new feature in Renai Transportation mod. As always, there is a link in the description to the mod where you can check it out. And again, it comes with this, and then the bounce pads, throwing inserters, bouncing trains. Again, like I just showed you, you can turn each of those individual things on and off as you will like. And I think it's pretty fantastic. I think this stuff is hilarious, and it's kind of quality of life. I mean, I would like to be able to move around my power lines sometimes, zip line on them, and who doesn't love a zip line? So there you go. If there's any questions or thoughts, do leave them below, and I will do my best to answer them. And I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.